Why automating a bad process makes everything worse. Automation is often treated as a shortcut to operational excellence. A company finds a slow process, buys software, creates a dashboard, introduces artificial intelligence, and expects performance to improve. But technology does not automatically improve a process. Sometimes, it only makes waste move faster. An unnecessary approval becomes a faster unnecessary approval. A confusing workflow becomes a digital confusing workflow. A defective process becomes a scalable defective process. This is one of the hidden failures destroying modern operational excellence. In this video, we will examine why automating a bad process can increase cost, complexity, and operational risk. We will also explore how Lean Six Sigma can help organizations simplify, stabilize, and improve a process before technology is introduced. This is the first episode of the series, Modern Lean Six Sigma, the hidden failures destroying operational excellence. Automation creates a powerful illusion. When managers see modern software, real-time dashboards, robotic systems, and artificial intelligence, they naturally associate technology with improvement. The process looks faster. The information looks more organized. The company appears more advanced. But appearance is not performance. Imagine a company that requires 5 approvals before issuing a customer refund. The approval process is slow, so the company implements a digital workflow. Notifications are sent automatically. Every approval is recorded. Managers can see where the request is located. The process is now faster. But the most important question was never answered. Why are 5 approvals necessary? Perhaps 1 approval would be enough for low-value refunds. Perhaps recurring refund causes should be eliminated. Perhaps the process should be redesigned around risk instead of hierarchy. The company improved the speed of the activity without questioning whether the activity should exist. That is the automation illusion. Doing something faster does not automatically mean doing something better. Technology is a multiplier. When applied to a strong process, it can increase speed, consistency, visibility, and capacity. When applied to a weak process, it can multiply defects, confusion, and unnecessary work. Consider a manufacturing company that collects downtime information. Different departments use different definitions. One team classifies a machine stop as maintenance. Another classifies the same event as an operational delay. A third group records it as setup time. Management decides to automate data collection. Sensors are installed. Dashboards are created. Reports are generated automatically. The company now has more data, but the definitions are still inconsistent. The technology did not solve the problem. It automated inconsistency. The dashboard may look impressive, but the conclusions are still unreliable. The same thing can happen in customer service. An artificial intelligence system may classify customer complaints automatically. But if the complaint categories are unclear, the system will classify information according to a weak structure. The company may create faster reports while still misunderstanding the real causes of customer dissatisfaction. Automation does not correct poor logic. It executes poor logic repeatedly and at scale. Before automating a process, the organization must understand how the work actually happens. This sounds obvious, but many digital projects begin with software requirements instead of process observation. Teams discuss platforms, licenses, integrations, dashboards, and permissions. But they do not go to the place where the work is performed. The official procedure describes one process. Employees perform another. Informal spreadsheets, emails, messages, and personal notes are used to keep the operation running. These workarounds are important. They reveal where the formal process is failing. Before choosing technology, the team should map the current state. Where does the process begin? Who provides the input? Where does information wait? Where does rework happen? Which decisions depend on individual judgment? Which steps exist only because of tradition? It is also important to separate processing time from waiting time. A request may require only 30 minutes of actual work, but remain inside the system for 5 days. If automation reduces those 30 minutes to 10, the major delay still exists. The real problem may be unclear responsibility. It may be missing information. It may be excessive approvals. It may be batch processing. It may be poor prioritization. The objective is not to automate the current process exactly as it exists. The objective is to understand the current state, design a better future state, and then decide where automation adds real value. Lean thinking begins with value. Before automating any activity, the organization should ask, does this activity create value for the customer? Is it necessary for safety, quality, legal, or business reasons? Can it be eliminated, combined, simplified, or moved closer to the source? These questions are essential because many activities continue to exist simply because no one challenges them. A company may create reports that no one uses. It may collect data that does not support any decision. It may require approvals that add no protection. It may inspect defects that should have been prevented earlier. When these activities are automated, old waste receives a modern appearance. A digital report that no one reads is still waste. An automated approval that adds no value is still waste. A faster defect detection system does not replace defect prevention. The correct sequence is simple. First, remove unnecessary work. Then reduce complexity. Then standardize the remaining process. Only after that should the organization automate. Technology should support the improved process. It should not preserve every weakness of the old one. Lean Six Sigma provides a practical structure for evaluating automation opportunities. DMAIC helps prevent organizations from jumping directly from a problem to a software solution. In the define phase, clarify the performance gap. What customer requirement is not being met? What quality, delivery, cost, or productivity problem exists? The project should not be defined as implementing a new system. A system is a possible solution, not the problem itself. In the measure phase, establish the current performance. How long does the process take? How much rework occurs? How often do errors appear? How much time is spent waiting? Without a baseline, the organization cannot prove that automation created improvement. In the analyze phase, identify the real causes. Is the delay caused by manual work? Or is it caused by incomplete information? Are errors caused by data entry? Or are the requirements unclear? In the improve phase, redesign the process. Remove unnecessary steps. Reduce approvals. Clarify responsibilities. Standardize inputs. Test the new flow. Then evaluate which activities should be automated. Finally, in the control phase, monitor the results. Automation is not the end of improvement. The process must continue to be measured, reviewed, and corrected. DMAIC ensures that technology is connected to a verified problem and a measurable outcome. Before approving an automation project, leaders should ask a few direct questions. Is the problem clearly defined? Is the real process understood? Have unnecessary steps been removed? Are the inputs reliable? Are the decision rules clear? Is the process stable enough to automate? Will the technology improve quality, cost, delivery, safety, capacity, or customer experience? And finally, how will success be measured? If these questions cannot be answered, the organization may not be ready to automate. This does not mean innovation should be delayed forever. It means innovation should solve the right problem. A good automation project has a clear purpose. It reduces repetitive work. It prevents errors. It improves flow. It makes abnormal conditions visible. It supports employees instead of creating additional complexity. Most importantly, it produces a measurable improvement in business or customer performance. Automation can create extraordinary results. It can increase capacity, improve consistency, reduce errors, and provide real-time visibility. But technology is not a substitute for process thinking. When a bad process is automated, the waste does not disappear. It becomes faster. It becomes more scalable. And it may become more difficult to correct. The correct sequence is: understand the customer. Observe the real process. Identify value. Remove waste. Reduce variation. Standardize the work. Test the future state. Then automate what remains. The most important question is not, what can we automate? The most important question is, what should this process become before we automate it? Because a bad process with new technology is still a bad process. It is simply a more expensive and more powerful version of the same problem. In the next episode of Modern Lean Six Sigma, we will examine how small process deviations can create financial losses that are much larger than most organizations realize. Subscribe to the channel and continue exploring the hidden failures destroying operational excellence.